Hello everyone, I'll be making Asun rice. Asun rice is goat meat peppered stir-fried rice. Before I go on with too much description, let's go there. I've got the goat meat here. I already marinated it for some minutes with onions, garlic, and then I use soya spice. You can use whatever spice you want to use with it. I'm not adding water yet, just let it release the juices before I add water and allow it to cook because I need to use the stock. See, it is already boiling. Let me add water to it. Enough water. The meat is not 100% done, like 80% done, because I'm going to grill it. If you like, you could fry it. Just do whatever works for you. You could also use an air fryer if you want to. Drizzle with some vegetable oil. Goat meat is a low fat meat, good if you're on a diet. And then this is the finished product. Got your red bell pepper, scotch bonnet, chili pepper, then some green pepper, pop of color. And talking of green pepper, I'll be also using spring onions. I'll be using a lot of onions in different shapes and sizes. So I've got some onions in this food processor. It's all about the onions. Onions from the food processor, the spring onions, and this onions cuts into a bigger piece for different stages in the cooking. And then the remaining parts of the spring onion, the fibrous part is here, and then I've cut up the pepper, different pepper, going to coarsely cut that too. I mixed 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. For now, I'll be using seasoning cubes, curry, oregano, or thyme. I'm using regular rice. You could use long grain or short grain. I have washed it. I'm going to insert how I wash rice to remove the like washing rice with salt, especially if I'm not going to parboil it. More salt. This time I'm going to add hot water to it. The water I used at the beginning was room temperature water. Mix the water and the salt together. I'm going to cover it and leave it for 3 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, it is sort of parboiled, and I'm going to rinse it with water at room temperature till the starch is removed or almost removed. Fry pan on the stove, heat up some vegetable oil, it's hot, add in the finely diced onions. I'm going to leave a little bit to use later with the rice. This requires a lot of onion. This is what I have left over to use later. Almost immediately add in the pepper, minced garlic, the seasoning and spices. Let this cook for some minutes. After some minutes, the oil is too much. I'm going to correct it later with the rice. I'm going to add in the stock from the goat's meat. You notice I use just a little bit of the stock. Add in the grilled goat meat, mix it together. This way you get that stock flavor in the pepper as well as the meat. That is the goat. Few minutes later, you don't want it too dry. It's so obvious that it's so oily here, as I said earlier on. In goes the peppers and the spring onions. Mix it properly, turn off the heat so the color, it doesn't lose its color, since I'll still add it to the rice. So that's, look at the pop of colors. It has cooled down a bit. With the Asun parties, for the rice part, I'm going to use this seasoning cubes, 2 seasoning cubes, ginger powder, curry, and then the thyme. Let's make the rice. Put the pan on the stove, add in some vegetable oil. As I said earlier, I want to be careful with it. That's done. I'm going to add in the onions. That's the bigger size of onion. This should be on low heat. The heat was a bit high, so I had to reduce it. Don't want burnt onions. Add in the spices so the oil gets infused with the spices and everything. And also, I should have added a little bit of oil from the sauce I made. Smaller onion goes in, mix it properly, and then I discovered that it was too dry, so I added more vegetable oil to it. As I said earlier, I should have used the oil from the sauce I made, but let's put in more oil. Add in the washed rice or rinsed rice, stir it, fry it. Add turmeric, optional, that was much. Mix it together, and then you could see you have the big onions, the small onions. So I'm going to fry this. I forgot to add the bay leaf. It's not too late. Good stock, adding it to it. Adding some warm water to it. I'll be adding it bit by bit. Better to add it bit by bit than to add everything at once and it becomes soggy. After some minutes, I'm doing this so the liquid gets to the bottom of the pan and it doesn't burn. Several minutes later, look at it. It is still moist. not dry. And I've tasted for the salt, it still needs more salt. Add in the salt, and I'm going to add the Asun sauce. That's the goat meat and the pepper. Look at the oil. The oil has gone to one side. I ended up not using all the oil, and then I saved some of it for something else. Mixing this properly. Let me show you what I have left from the Asun sauce. This will be enough to cook spaghetti or any other pasta. Cover and let it cook for a minute or two. So everything has combined properly. What I'm going to add next is the spring onion. And that's it. Turn off the heat. I'm going to allow it to cool down. I'm not going to cover it. The Asun rice is done. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.